Zoom, zoom, like a race car flight, but it ain't a car. It's a super fast tortoise going the speed of light, breaking all the
Even in space, a group of tortoises is called a creep. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise Morning Coffee Show.
Woo, woo, woo! Awesome display.
Look at those hands.
That's right. Such strong hands.
Well, I don't know if y'all knew all this or not, but Tortoise got him a new job today. He's a hand model now.
That's right. Yes, getting paid big bucks for these spirit fingers.
Yeah, that's what that means when you play games live now. You have to hold your hand. You have to shuffle your cards up with your hands and camera all the time now. Gotta give that modeling agency their money's worth.
Yep.
Right. Well, welcome everybody to the Super Fast Tortoise Show. In the morning, in the show, all that jazz. Hope you got coffee or your favorite libation to drink and wake up to. Yes, we are here. We are here. And we are going to show you that we have
Time to rock. We got the one Ray Man.
That's right. Then we have
MTG Hillbilly.
Dang, Blaggett.
Tybalt's Apprentice wins flawless victory.
The Rhino Blitz.
I'm going to ask where the gong is every day until he gets his gong.
I'll have to shoot you that. I'll have to shoot you an MP3 of that gong going.
The gong. Well, it's really
Even
tough.
Core thought it was the Mortal Kombat gong last night.
It's really tough. Like if I make one person sing super fancy, then I have to try to make everybody else sing super fancy.
No. Look, I think I can speak for everybody when I say that we're all fine with Tybalt getting the gong.
That's funny. I mean, there's a website that lets me do free sounds. I can try to find stuff like that, but
I've got one that should be royalty free in my that I can send you.
Mm-hmm. I think you did send it to me. I saved it somewhere.
Okay, cool.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise Show. Get that going, get that flow. Whoa. I don't know how to rhyme. I'm just.
It is cold in here. Woo.
I know your hair's standing up.
It is. Straight up on end. It's just so cold.
No product, just ice.
It's trying to jump off of my head to find warmth.
Yep. Hair's like, stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Will it ever stop? I don't know. Got the mohawk. Let's go.
I'm my drink getting warm by the end of this show. It's going to
that's
nice 50 degrees. It is not going to warm up this today.
All right. Well, I hope it warms up. But yeah, sounds good. Hope you guys had a good morning. It's been fancy. It's been well. We woke up with a couple inches of snow this morning. That was fun. I blamed Hillbilly for the snow. He's like, we're getting rain. I'm like, yeah,
Yep.
but you still send us the snow.
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain later on. Hopefully, it melts the rest of this off. I'm tired of looking at it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
That snow's pretty. You can go outside and build a snowman, or do
Now
snow.
it's all nasty looking. Now it's all gross looking. Now it was pretty when it was here on Friday. Now it's Tuesday. It needs to just go away. It has overstayed its welcome.
Get you some of that yellow snow and make a snowman out of it.
Nah.
Make you some yellow snow cream.
I'll pass.
Dude, I don't even understand the words coming out of your mouth.
Yellow snow. All right. With that, my friends, let's get to the first segment of the day. The first segment of the day is a little bit ironic.
Card of the day.
Card of the day is Font of Mythos. This sweet card that was mentioned yesterday. People were dogging on this card.
No, nobody was dogging on this card. People were dogging on a specific use of this card. And by people, I mean me. I actually like cards like this and Howling Mine. I love these cards.
Right?
Yeah.
Font of Mythos costs 4 colorless mana. It's an artifact that says at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws additional 2 cards. Now, this card's really fun. I like cards like this, but you really got to put it in a deck that you can fit the strategy well in, right? You got to be able to fit the strategy around this card. If you're going to be giving your other players more card advantage, you got to plan around it. But this card's been so fun. I wish it would get a reprint in a set. Like, this would have been a fun reprint in Lorwyn, get some Lorwyn sets. But this is originally from Conflux, if I remember correctly. This card was awesome.
That's what I was getting ready to say, TCG dude. You gotta get that backdoor mail.
That backdoor mail. Yeah, that's right. Backdoor mail.
I'm glad I wasn't on camera yesterday for you guys to see my face for this entire episode. It was mostly just me doing this.
Okay, so yeah, now anyway.
Yeah, putting your hand in your face, your face in your hand, and looking all disappointed that you wish you had like 15 copies of this card, but you have one.
I actually don't think I do. I have a couple of really nice Howling Mines, but I don't think I have one of these.
Nice.
It's
No,
cool.
I don't have one of these.
Yeah, this is good for casual commander games, but you really got to run like a good removal or counterspell package to run these in your deck.
Unless you run Niv Mizzet, I couldn't see a use for it necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things like Niv Mizzet or any of the cards that say when your opponent draws a card, they take a damage, basically the Nekuzar package.
Yeah.
This card's fantastic in it. Any of those cards that plink your opponents when they take damage, or when they draw a card, they take damage. This card's fantastic in that kind of stuff.
Right.
Or it's just a really interesting bracket 2 card, right? Because it's really going to help the table a lot. And you're not bracket 2 decks are just inherently less powerful than brackets higher. So giving your opponents a bunch of extra cards is much less of a liability in lower brackets.
Yeah, much less of a risk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good card. Just fun. It's one of my favorites. It's not a pack card, but it's just one of my favorite cards. With that, let's get to the picture of the day. Picture today is taking time to study your mana curve to study your deck's consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is a really good artwork, even though turtles don't have like 5 fingers or 4 fingers. But hey, or those toes. But it turned out really cool looking. I really loved it. It was so cool. But that's on topic today. What we're going to talk about. But I liked it. And I didn't when I put in the prompt, I didn't put in the graffiti of the train or anything. That was all AI saying the turtles in the subway do this.
Cool.
That is what New York subways look like.
I was going to say, that's the subway, all right.
All right, then we got an alternate picture of the day because I made everything last night to start the show today, and I'm like, well, I got to get my points on my AI art program, so I made this picture today.
Having a meeting in Wizards of the Coast, I see.
That's right.
Yeah, I was about to say this is the Hasbro boardroom.
Right. They're like our turtle cells better go skyrocketing like that chart says. I don't know.
Like this pizza, you better give us some sales.
That's right.
I'll say now what I said last night for people who didn't get to watch the chat and chill. If you're looking into buying turtle cards, for the love of God, do not buy pre-release. Because right now, we've seen all of the legendary creatures. WotC has officially spoiled them. And of all the legendary creatures, of which I think there's 35 or something, a grand total of 2 of them are selling for less than $14 right now.
Wow.
People. I'm going to look at the camera when I say this. All of those cards are not going to be $14 at launch. It is absurd that they're that much right now. Do not buy them right now.
Don't buy them right now. No.
They'll come down.
Let the prices fix themselves.
Yeah.
Like some cards, Super Shredder, Krang, those cards are going to be expensive, right?
Mhm.
But there's not every legendary of the set is going to be $15 right now, which is absurd.
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. I think it's gonna be a fun set though.
It is. It's going to be fun set, and I think they're going to print it. I think Lorwyn was the first glimpse of their new printing process, which is just going to be print everything absurdly a lot.
Right.
I mean, look at High Perfect War Camp. 2 weeks before launch, that card was $30. She's $2.45 right now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, don't pay $15 for your favorite legendary right now. The price will come down almost assuredly.
Right. As they say, don't go chasing waterfall. All right, my friends, let's get to presented by Discord. We have the question of the day. All right, the question of the day is brought to you by yours truly. And if you're a part of Discord, you can submit questions of the day, pictures of the day, and other things. Well, let's see what I had to ask.
Super fast Tortoise here with the question of the day. The question of the day is, what is one thing you look at when deciding on a commander on a card, right? So you look at a card, you're trying to choose a commander. What are you looking to pop out for you? Yeah, like you're looking for something new, something cheap, something powerful, something in certain colors. Let us know. Let's go.
Right.
Mana cost.
Mana cost. He's like,
Ability.
First thing I look at.
Ability.
Nice. Ability. Says ability. Rayman says mana cost. Matt says assault.
Rhino's going to look for his cards. I'm super lazy and I just play precons, redesign precons. So that's pretty much it. When I do, because I have built other commander decks at this point. When I do, it is what does this commander do? What is the ability? And what cards are supporting that ability?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I do believe that you should not have to cast your commander to win.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I've got burned too many times by commanders that have great abilities that just cost too much damn mana.
Yeah. Or their targets.
Your commander says that your commander can have a great ability, but if he costs 5 and then he dies once and then he costs 7, are you reasonably going to be able to recast your commander?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, so to me, mana cost is the very first thing I look at, because I don't care how good their ability is. If their cost is too high, then their ability might as well just be you win the game.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter because it's never going to happen.
Do you have a threshold? Like, do all of your commanders cost less than 2, 3, or does it still depend on their abilities too?
It still depends on their abilities, but the higher their mana cost, the less I want to need their ability. My highest cost commander is Elish Norn. She costs 5, the ETB doubler.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many games I've won with that deck, and she's never hit the table. Just because I never found a spot where I needed her and I felt comfortable putting her on the table where she wouldn't just immediately get popped. So not necessarily. The deck definitely runs better with her, without a doubt, but I don't need her to win. And Markov costs 6 He's Mardu 3, right?
Mhm.
I won a 2-headed giant tournament with a buddy of mine last week. He never hit. I never cast him. He just sat in the command zone and made me tokens for 3.
I don't hardly cast Edgar Markov either.
Yeah.
The only time I cast him is if I'm ready to swing for, like, I'm going to take somebody out. Like, I know that if I play him, I can get value out of him on that turn. I can kill somebody, then I'll play him. If not, he's sitting in the command zone for the entire game.
That's all he really needs to do.
Yep.
His attack ability is actually really powerful if you have a lot of vampires in play, but he costs 6 mana. I'd rather play a Bolas to Citadel or 3 more vampires to have 6 vampires. There's just so many more things I could spend that mana on in that deck that I don't necessarily want to cast him.
Right. Like for me, when I look at a commander, I look for abilities that are unique and have support. Like, I tried, like Hearthrall was unique to me. It's like as a landfall deck, but it had a unique ability, but it had support behind it. Like Tulane, unique at the time was unique. Now it's not so unique with all the cards they printed. Like Rafika the Mini, unique. I try to find abilities that are different from each other. So when I have a collection of decks, like each one feels like its own game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I try to subscribe to do. Yeah.
And I know that you're talking about upgrading Hearthhold to a 5-color deck. The one thing that you'll need to adjust to is the same thing I had to adjust to when going to Hearthhold and then back out of Hearthhold. Was there's a big difference in how you play a deck when your win con is in the command zone and when it isn't.
Yeah.
Right. And that's going to change your play pattern, even with that deck, right? Like, just your pattern is going to change because you don't just have your kill condition on at will.
Right. Yeah, it'll probably be a while before I turn it to a 5-color deck. So I'm waiting to see what kind of 5-color commanders are coming out in the future to see what it is, because we don't have a lot of great options for landfall 5-color. I mean, we do have that Omnath, but the Omnath is the 5-color Omnath is very weird and specific for what I want to do. But yeah,
I mean, he just helps you flip mana through.
All right.
Makes black mana specifically.
Yeah, but it's still fun. But anyways, it's time to get to that point of the day.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Welcome to Superfast Tortoise. This is a free show on YouTube. It is completely volunteer-based. This program is made possible by viewers like you, and share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And also by contributions made to your Superfast Tortoise channel and from viewers like you. You all rock. You are awesome.
You're crazy!
You are watching Superfast Tortoise.
Woo! Everybody, let's get to the topic. The only thing that Topalt really came for. He doesn't want to hang out with friends.
I came to hang out with you guys. I miss you guys when I'm not here.
I'm giving everybody crap. But no, today was specifically planned to have Topalt here on site to have this conversation with us. We are talking about 1, 2, 3 utility conundrum game theory topic. And it's very simple. It sounds ridiculous, like it's going to be hard. But the 1, 2, 3 utility conundrum is broken up in 3 parts. I made up the word so I can explain it to you. 1, 2, 3 is your mana slots. 1, 2, and 3, right? Mana will cost 1, mana cost 2, mana cost 3. Utility is your utility cards, your draw, your ramp, or removal. And that suggests you kind of want to shove those kind of cards in those 1, 2, 3 slots. And 0 is a number, so you can try and find slots, cards that cost 0 or free, and put them in those slots. And the conundrum is a problem to solve. The problem to solve is, what kind of cards do you want to put in your 1, 2, 3 slots to make your decks more aggressive? But there's a little more to it. But that's the basic introduction to this conversation, to this topic. Let's see what you guys have to say.
So I think it depends on the deck, right? I think me and Topalt are going to be on thing on this. I think it's going to depend on the deck you're playing. The 1 slot doesn't have a ton of ramp utility, so your 1 slot is almost certainly some kind of interaction. Swords, path, even a lightning bolt, right? Good interaction for the 1 slot. Your 2 slots where you can really start to ramp. Now, if you're in green, you can ramp on 1 because you have things like Utopia Sprawl, I think costs one. There's a couple of those one mana cost green enchantments that you can enchant your land to ramp with. Your ramp is definitely, you're going to see a lot of in your 2 slot. But it all depends on the deck, I think. I just built a mono green deck that has no 2-spot ramp except for my commander. My commander is a 2 mana costing tap for a mana. But so I don't run any of the normal green ramp package. No Nature's Lord, no 3 visits, no Farseek, none of that stuff. I mean, one of them you can't run because you can't find a forest. But I don't have any of that in there because my plan is to drop my commander on 2, and then on 3 I'm going to play one of the 8 4-costing cards that lets me go and find 2 basic lands to put them into play.
Right. And as we discussed, your ramp is important in the beginning, so you can play your stuff cheaper, like you were just talking about. Or sometimes it's your draw, varying on what colors you're in, But like the 1, 2, 3 utility conundrum is not set law, and it explains that in the description, right? Like if you go to the description of this video, I have the whole thing pasted there. You can go to Discord, you can get the PDF there now because I put it there because I'm awesome that way. Or if you want to, I think Tabalt's going to post them in his forums too. If you want to check out his darkherschel.site, check him there. So you'll be able to download the PDFs in several different places. So what I'm saying is 1, 2, 3 utility conundrum game theory is not law. It's just telling you want to put some powerful cards in there when possible. If you go back and watch the percentile video or read the PDF, it talks about how the percentile pushing certain things like your ramp and utility cards into certain numbers to having a bulk certain amount. That doesn't tell you the mana cost of the cards. It's telling you how much of a certain type of card like ramp and draw and removal are in your deck, right? And the utility conundrum is about trying to fix it to an earlier drop. Like for example, Rayman here says when he plays the counterspell, it must be a 2 mana cost counterspell or better be free.
For free.
Yeah.
For free.
So that follows the 1, 2, 3 conundrum there, the utility conundrum there. But that's just a preference on his own. So this is something to help you. This is a topic to help you suggest where you want to put your utility cards and help you get places, because this will help you build, I think, more efficient bracket 3 decks. There's a different rule for like bracket 4 and CDH decks going on. So
absolutely.
So I have to clarify that because I don't want people to think, oh, this is going to be a build of the most powerful deck. No, this is about more efficiency.
It's about getting a framework to frame the whole idea of deck building and get more people into it.
Right.
It can be overwhelming, like I said, if you look at doing all of these things. I know that I was and still am to a certain extent overwhelmed by what's out there, and that's why I often take precons and just improve upon them.
Right.
But to actually sit down and build it can seem completely overwhelming. So it's important to have an idea of what you're going to build, how you're going to put it in there. And I think that Rayman brings up another, actually both you and Tortoise brought up another important thing, which is interactivity that should be included in this. If your slots, your 1, 2, and 3 slots of your deck maybe aren't ramping, maybe don't fit into these other things of card draw and ramp, absolutely use those for your interactivity, for your swords to plowshares, for your other disruption. Maybe disruption is even a better word for what you would be putting in those slots to help move and keep the deck consistent and coherent. One of the things that has come up recently in some of the videos I've done too is the fact that you can often feel that money is what buys the victories and stuff like that, when in fact it's actually synergy that wins the games more often than not. Not saying that money and lots of money spent on cards isn't this doesn't have anything to do with the fact I have a store. Money spent on cards doesn't actually guarantee the wins. Synergies and the experience is improved by having a highly synergistic deck.
Yeah, and I've talked about it where like one of our store owners, he has 2 decks that cost less than $80 to build right now, and easily goes toe to toe with the most powerful bracket 3 decks that we have in this shop, and he wins games, right?
Mhm.
So because his decks are built very, very succinctly, right? Like every card in there is built with a purpose. There's no garbage in the deck. It's all on synergy, on theme, and the deck just plays really well. It's very smooth. He plays on curve almost all the time. So yeah, money may make it a little bit easier, but it guarantees you nothing other than you spend a bunch of money.
Exactly. And what I like about this is the fact that nothing in here is, you don't take these rules too literally. They are, again, just a guide. So it's a place to start.
That's what they are. They're a guide. I believe I even mentioned that in there, because it's like you got to have a learning curve somewhere, right? And that's what this is all about, having a learning curve, getting that learning curve. I believe this series that we have going on here is going to teach people the basic methodology behind building decks and what things to look out for. Because look, like when it comes to 1, 2, 3 utility Conundrum, if they unban friggin' Primeval Titan and put them in the game changer list, I'm gonna rip that thing from my cube and put it in Hearth Roll. That's a thing. Well.
So I'm going to
Bill
throw a
Belichick,
wrench.
who already hasn't got in the Hall of Fame, has a better chance of getting in the Hall of Fame this year than Primetime has a chance of getting unbanned in 2 weeks.
I'm going to throw a complete wrench in this thing then, and then say, okay, but now where do we go to find these things? The first and obvious thing is listening to other people, not necessarily me, but anybody else, listening to other people, what they have to say. But where would you suggest people find these cards or look for them? And I don't mean shop for them. I mean, where do you find ideas to include in your deck?
All right, so go ahead, Rayman. I'll let you answer your.
Well, I'm gonna give the answer. It's gonna make everybody groan, but go to EDH Rec. Right, it is a resource to use, and I'm not saying go and just copy a list. You can go to EDH Rec. You can look for a commander or any card, and it will show you the synergy, the cards that have a high synergy with it, right? That is a phenomenal place to start. Treat EDH Rec the way you would treat Wikipedia, right? Use it as a good jumping off point. Don't write your whole term paper from Wikipedia. Don't build your whole deck from EDH Rec, but it'll give you a spot to go and look at some cards and be like, oh, okay, so here's a dozen cards that have a 65 or higher percent synergy with this card I'm looking at. That's a great place to start. Start there.
EDH Rec is a good place, but let me tell you what I do. It's different because I do it differently, right? And I probably could use EDH Rec, and I've used EDH Rec before.
I mean, if someone's new, they're not going to have the knowledge that we have, right?
Right.
I'm speaking specifically if you're a new player and you're looking to answer to Ball's question of where would you find cards that you want to put in your deck. Go to EDH Rec, look up your card, and then find you can sort by synergy. Look at the high synergy cards. That will give even a brand new player who's never built a commander deck in their life a good starting spot to say, okay, all these cards have really high synergies. Now, where do they fit in? Like where's my 1, 2, 3 cost cards? Where's my utility that are these high synergy cards?
Right,
and then you can build from there.
So one thing I do when I'm building a new deck. And I'm building a certain theme, like say I'm building Nekasar, and I've done this before EDH Rex was a thing. But the Gatherer was a thing. Is I go to Google, and I do this now, and I go to Google and say I'm looking for card discarding, right? I'll go to type in Google MTG discard a card, and I type in like B for black, and I'll enter, and it'll come up with a Gatherer website link. And you click on that, and it'll pop up all these cards that have that ability that I'm looking for, showing up. And that's more advanced, but that's another way to do it. But EDH Rec is one of the best places to look up cards. One time I used EDH Rec and found a card I didn't know was good in a synergy, And don't listen to people. Some people say using EDH Rec is pretty much like net decking. Don't care. So don't pay attention to it.
Well, it's what you do with it and the effort that you put in behind it. And I think that's an important distinction that I would want to make. And that is the fact that respecting people's time. Not everybody has the time to read every card.
Right.
So to shortcut some of those things, there's nothing wrong with looking up and getting information. I used to, ironically, have a large problem or a big problem with people net decking. I used to think, oh my gosh, that's what, till I actually sat down to think about it. And it's like, back in the day, well, first of all, we didn't have the net. But I mean, not the Stone Age or whatever, but I'm just saying, I would get the magazines, I would get the books. And my goal at that time was to learn more about Magic and to get the things that other people that didn't get the magazine didn't see. When I first came across an Infinite Engine in there, it was because it was something I read in the Duelist magazine. So that got me thinking. So it's like, how is net decking any different? I shouldn't use the term net decking, because that negative connotation to it. But looking things up on the net, it's a resource, and you've got to respect people's time. So there's nothing wrong with going to EDH Rec and getting ideas, getting inspiration for this stuff.
Right. Well, anyway.
Everybody should use every resource available to them.
Sure.
Right? Like, don't not use a resource because somebody's like, oh, you went to EDH Rec. F them. Go to EDH Rec and read. Get ideas. Use every resource you have at your disposal, especially when you're new.
All right, what's Hillbilly got to say?
All right, y'all talking about net decking. All right, of course, one standard here. I have made decks on Arena, make them all the time. And I have seen other content creators play the same deck that I come up with. But did they neck deck or did I neck deck?
See, that's the thing. You can't no idea is original anymore in technicality. Exactly. So
I mean, if Tesla and Edison can come up with electricity at the same time, I feel like two people could come up with the same Magic deck.
For sure. And the way this is designed, it is designed to be solved anyhow. There are just certain cards that are naturally going to work better together than others.
Well, look at this. When they spoil a new commander that people like, everybody's already theory testing, theory crafting before it comes out. They're just trying to get the deck built done. So it's legitimately a quote unquote arms race to get who gets the best deck done quick.
Yep.
Yeah, and we talked about this last night too, about how at Pro Tour events, the pros will go weeks ahead of time to these places, get a house, right, or a hotel or something, and then sit down and work on what they're going to play at this big Pro Tour event that's coming up. This has been happening for 20 years, right? This is not a new thing, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to solve the format. So that's not new. That's been happening for a long time.
Not everybody has those resources or that time to put in. So there's nothing wrong with shortcutting it as best you can, for sure.
Yeah, TG says otherwise. Expanding your knowledge is a good part of becoming a better Magic player. That's right. And hello. But yeah, so on the train of thought, it is good to expand your knowledge. It's good to use the resources and tools. Look, if you don't use them, your opponents will. Right? So keep that in mind. So when you're working with the 1, 2, 3 utility Conundrum, and you're working with the game theory class I've put together, and I hope it's good. Like I don't know how good it is. I just take your guys' word on it. I hope it helps, but it's a resource to help you get to it. And the 1, 2, 3 utility Conundrum is just saying, hey, the lower the command cost of spells you can put in your deck with the powerful effects that you want is good for you. It's better for you, but it doesn't mean you're going to do that with all your cards, and it doesn't neglect the idea you're going to have more expensive Magic cards in your deck. Like when it comes to mana value, it's just saying, hey, if you try to control, if you put your ramp, draw, and removal in these smaller mana curve slots, that's just going to let you leave more open mana at the turns to have responses or do extra things. And the key is you really do need to be casting more than one spell a turn. If you're only doing that, you're not going to advance your game state, or you're not going to be able to keep up with other people, because I guarantee you other people are going to be casting multiple spells per turn. Right, and that's kind of what we want to do, is cast multiple spells per turn. when when I do that in Hearthroll, I'm like, oh, I can do this, and this. Holy cow!
I'll say that there are definitely decks that you don't want to cast a bunch of spells during your turn.
Right. There are some decks that are more focused on waiting on your opponent's turn. So understanding
my Bugenhagen deck, I rarely play more than one spell a turn, but it's also like, oh hey, it's turn 4. I'm gonna play this Galta. That's my one spell this turn.
right. Sometimes
it's Galta on 4. But okay,
right.
Pass.
So like the 1-3 utility conundrum doesn't talk about your deck type. Well, all it suggests is leaving mana available and trying to find ways to leave mana available on your turns to react, because it's about having that time to have interaction in the game. Because as Maros once said, Magic is basically a high intense game of rock paper scissors. And it's everybody playing the same, not the same spells, but playing spells, reacting to the spells, and trying to have the better handoff at the end. What's going to win? So this particular game theory topic, the 1-2-3 utility conundrum, is about keeping yourself more available to have that available to you.
And in talking of interaction specifically, I see a lot of new players will play a game. They'll have a spell of theirs countered, even with any counter spell, and then they go and put a bunch of counter spells in their deck, right? You fell into the counter spell trap, right? In 1v1 Magic, it's very different. I'm not talking about 1v1 Magic, but in Commander specifically, you only have X amount of mana. You have 3 other players sitting across from you. The power in a counter spell lies not in your ability to counter everything, but to counter the few things that truly matter. And I can't tell you how many times I've sat down at a table, and this has happened recently, and it happened on stream actually. And with one of our stream games, a person had put some counter spells in their deck because they were tired of having their stuff countered, and then they used a counter spell on something that meant very, very little. Did it mean nothing? No, it meant something, but it meant very, very little. And it was a complete juke. And then they played their next spell, and they're like, "Oh, I should have waited for that." Yeah, you should have. So when you're putting interaction in your deck, as someone who plays probably more counter spells than most people on this stream, don't put a bunch in your deck, because it's going to put you in this bad habit of you thinking you can counterspell everything. 1, you can't, and 2, you need to learn what to counterspell, right? Because you're going to counterspell the wrong thing, and you're going to lose the game on their next turn. You're going to be like, "Dang, why did I do that? That wasn't gonna kill me. It might have hurt a little bit, but it wasn't going to kill me. This absolutely kills me, and I don't have a counterspell to you."
You said the key phrase that I was waiting for there, and I agree with that. And it's something that I need to learn myself, because I love being the monkey in the wrench and keeping people from doing stuff. It's something that I need to get over, and I need to learn, which is this going to kill me? Don't bother with it then. Don't worry about it. I should build a redundancy into the deck to recover from whatever's happened. But unless it's going to kill me, don't worry about stopping it. Don't worry about whatever. If it's going to wipe the board and stuff, that's fine, because I love my board wipes. And I should be able to recover from them. But like you said, that counter spell needs to be targeted, because it's easy to forget. You're playing 3 other players. You're not playing 1 other player.
Right.
And depending on how you've learned the game or how you've approached it, you've got to have your deck set up in a way to be able to handle 3 different opponents and not just 1. And so with your conundrum here, it's best to design the deck, I think, where you have small packages of things that you can deploy when necessary. The flexibility is important. None of these rules are hard and fast, but if you build it modular, you're going to be able to handle this situation. You won't handle them all across the board. Just handle them when they're affecting you personally.
Right.
I agree
my
with that.
counterspell theory, and what I tell people is run counterspells to protect your game win and to stop your opponents. If it's not going to win them the game, don't worry about it, right? Your life is a resource. As long as you have one of it left, you're still in the game. It's not until you get to 0 that the game is over. And there are a lot of people who have won games on one life. I mean, it happens.
I did yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens, right? Your life is a resource, just like your cards are a resource, right? If it gets to 1, hey, guess what? You're still at 1. You're not dead yet, right?
Not dead yet.
Still win the game.
Still
Tortoise has beat me in Commander with only 1 life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost
happens.
nagged myself out though in the last game that I ended in 1 life. I almost nagged myself out because I'm more in song Aria.
Oh yeah.
And it definitely makes you play a little bit different, right? The lower your life gets, you do need to be a little more careful. You can't be, if you're at 10 health, toxic deluging for 8 is a big gamble, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes that's what you have to do to make sure that you get another turn that 2 health matters.
Right.
This topic could be you could take an entire college course, like an entire semester, 3 months of learning proper interaction for Magic the Gathering, and then only be slightly better than the guy who sat down 2 weeks ago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about games played and learning what the cards do.
Yeah, well, life is just a resource anyway.
100%.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah, the game ain't over until someone loses.
Yeah, it's not
That's
exactly
what it is. Like you got to go and you got to play, you got to have fun, and so as we're talking about this, and you're talking about your utility cards where you want in your deck, your removals and your counter spells, and counter spells are removals. That's how I look at them. When you're putting these in, like, it is good to have the low cost stuff in your deck because you want to be able to play a spell or two on most of your turns and have mana available up to say no or get rid of something, because you're trying to protect your strategy all the time. And just protecting your strategy is sometimes removing your opponent's stuff or saying no to their stuff.
I mean, sometimes it's exiling your own commander that you just spent 14 mana casting, right?
Right.
The last game I played on stream with Tortoise and them, I cast my commander he cost 12 at the time. And then I exiled him with a Soulstone, like on the very next turn. But it was the right play. It sucked. I hated doing it. I hope I never have to exile my 12 mana cost commander again with Soulstone. But it happens, right? Like, as soon as that game was over, I go into my Magic chat and I'm like, a commander game went off the rails when you exile your commander that costs 12 with the Soulstone. Some things happened.
And another thing I think in your 1, 2, 3 conundrum is the fact that you're doing a little bit of backwards thinking in the best possible way, which is thinking about your win condition and how do you protect it or how do you get to it.
Right.
Having low cost things are going to be the spells that you're going to put in there that are going to ensure that you A, get to that point, and B, protect that point to be able to cast it when it's time.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I like to look at it. Also, I agree with both you and Rayman on both your last 2 bits. Like, you gotta build like that. Like, that's how I build. I build assessing all the needs of the deck, the different abilities. Like, does this combo need to be in? Does this one support this one? Does this one make sense, or does this one seem a little slow? Or, you know what I mean? You got to assess every bit of your deck and how it plays out. And like you mentioned, are you protecting your win con? Are you building up to it? How do you build up to it? Do you have a backup plan to your backup plan to your backup plan?
And another thing is, don't let anybody that's new that might be listening, don't let this seem overwhelming to think you have to do all these things at once.
No.
A deck should be a work in progress. And so don't overcorrect for it too, is something else that I would caution people about is, like Rayman brought this up, somebody gets their spell countered and the first thing they do is go home, they go on tilt and they go home and they just jam all the counter spells in their deck that they can to think, well, I'm not going to let that happen again. Don't do it that way. Just maybe put 2 or 3. don't change more than 5 to maybe 10 cards, if that, at a time, and see what you need. You can work towards a goal of winning more often. I don't think you should necessarily work to the goal of winning every time. If that's the way you choose to play, then you're probably playing CDH, and you should go with that. But for more casual players, I think improving your overall win rate is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
No one wins all the time. It doesn't matter who you are, right? It doesn't matter how good you are. There are so many, especially in Commander, where you've got 3 other people and there's a million variables going along. No one wins all the time, and setting yourself up to try and win all the time is folly, right? And this is something that a lot of newer players don't get. Like, I lose a lot of games here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I win more than I probably should, but I lose a lot of games.
I lose a lot of games.
And whenever I do lose, everybody's like, "Oh, Ray lost." I'm like, "Yeah, guys. I lost. It happens. That's how the game works."
Mm-hmm.
But no one's going to win every game. It doesn't happen. It's not possible. Don't try. Don't try. Don't set yourself up for the expectation that you're going to win. Try to win, but you don't expect to win, because no one wins every game. You will lose.
So one thing I want to point out that's important is this game theory class that you can get in Discord. Go to join the Discord. Links in the description. Links in chat. Go download these things. Read it. But what the game theory process I'm building and designing and uploading is teaching you how to prepare for your meta before you know your meta, because I can't teach you your meta, and your meta will teach you more as you play. Now, what's a meta? Meta is the people you play around with, play with more. They'll give you experience and knowledge of that play group, basically, that play area, that I can't teach you, or Ray can't teach you. He can teach you what's in his area play meta. I can teach you about what's in our play meta, but I can't teach you what's in your play meta if you're all in New England or something, So this course is to help you get adjusted and start learning the process before you get in your meta and give you a fighting chance.
I would also say, if you play with the same group of people, it's okay to modify your deck, but don't just build your deck to hard counter your opponents, right? You can. There's no combo in Magic that doesn't have a counter to it, and in Commander you can make a lot of counters to a lot of combos, because you just have you've got 100 cards to put in your deck. You can easily build decks to say, I can stop these 3 decks that I know I'm going to play against. Don't do that, right? It doesn't help you in any other way than, I found out how to stop this, right? Now, that's not to say, if you're running against a meta that has 1 million enchantments in it, I'm not saying don't run a little bit extra enchantment removal. What I'm saying is don't run 7 cards that say exile all enchantments, right? All you're going to do is sap the fun from 3 other people.
It's funny, because when you brought that specific example up, the first thing to pop in my mind is, don't exile enchantments. Make them put them back on top of their library. What's the green card that does that? I can't think of it off the top of my head. But there's nothing like setting somebody that's an enchantment player back by making them stack all of their enchantments back on top of the deck in the order they want to draw them.
That's crazy. I thought he was going to make a joke about it.
If they're playing Almanatu, do not put all their enchantments on top of their library. They're going to play them back for very cheaply. And they may do it on your turn.
I thought he was going to make a joke about me running too many board wipes. Like, Tortoise runs too many board wipes just to get rid of creatures you can't target.
No, I like. Here's the thing. I've told Tort this. I think he runs too many board wipes, right? But that's Tort's play style. Tort's going to play how he wants. That's fine. I think he runs a bit too many, but that's neither here nor there. I would just say, get any deck can be beat. Any deck can be countered. It's one of the reasons why when I sit down at a table to play a game, if I'm playing with people who I'm not used to playing with, I will see what they're playing and I will pick something that does not counter them specifically, because I have so many decks. Like, I don't want to play my Elish Norn deck against Tort's Hearthole deck, because if my commander hits the table, suddenly none of Hearthole's landfall triggers happen. They just stop happening.
All
that
right.
feels bad, right? That's not fun, and I want to do that.
Move full. So that's just about running board wipes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With both of
traditionally,
us are at the table, you're at a problem.
Traditionally, I also like to like build decks to just do a thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That we all know all the term to just do the thing. So just do the thing.
Sunbro says, I'm finally going to go into a commander night tonight. Something I'm going to implement, though, is a new rule for multiplayer. When the first player is knocked out, each other player gets one more turn. Oh, interesting.
Huh.
I don't know what that means.
So it sounds like if they knock down one player, they get one more turn to try to win the game. But that's what it means.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, I mean, house rules are another interesting wrinkle that can be thrown in there if your play group or your pod's getting stale. If you have one particular pod that you're doing.
Yep.
Well, that sounds like a way to mitigate the having someone sit down for a while and suffer through everybody else playing a long game.
That's a
Right.
good point.
If that's the intention behind it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He said basically if someone the first person out, then there's like a turn cycle till the game's over, basically.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
One more
Oh,
turn. Yeah, one more turn.
Mhm.
Interesting.
huh.
After one player gets knocked out, you got one more turn.
All right. Well, thinking about one more turn, my friends, it is that time of day. We get to this little thing right here, right here, right here.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. So it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Oh, shucks, everybody. It is that time of day where we got to get to the shill section, thrill section. It is that time of day where we got to say goodbye for the morning, but I hope you have a wonderful day at work.
How did he get here so quick?
Well,
Really?
we got locked in a conversation. I just kept on going and going. Like no dead air. What's that? Let's start this off. Are you ready, Rhino?
Yep. So I just heard a big commotion. Hey guys, it's Rhino here. This Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be launching the channel on YouTube and Twitch. I'll be doing a box reveal, draft box of Lorwyn, I think is what I've decided on. The LGS was out of play boosters at the moment, so I was able to get a hold of a draft box. So I'll be doing that on Saturday, and then I will be also releasing some Mortal Kombat content, some Call of Duty content, and then of course like the first week schedule, and yeah, so stay tuned, guys.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Check out Rhino. If you don't see his link in the chat, it's in the description. All right, then with that, we're gonna move on to the Run Rayman.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I am once again at Mr. B's Game Lounge. I was able to get out of the frozen hole that I live in. My road is still terrible, but thankfully the main roads are good. We've had to postpone our game night again this week for stream, but we'll be back next week with the games that we've been planning on playing for the last 2 weeks. Hopefully the weather holds. You can check us out. We're at Mr. B's Game Lounge. I just secured our Turtles box, so we're going to open up a box of Ninja Turtles. Probably it'll be on release week before pre-release. So we open a box of that up for everybody to check out. And I guess I'm on a 23-hour break, and I'll see y'all manana.
Yeah, see
See you tomorrow.
Well, with that, we got MTG Hillbilly or no, Matt Saxon.
Well, thank you again for having me. It's always great to be here with you guys and getting the chance to talk to you guys. Look for very soon, I'll be filming with Rhino Blitz. So we're going to talk about a commander deck of his. So I'll be releasing that here on my YouTube. You can find everything Tybalt's Apprentice, though, if you go to darkritual.site. And there you can find my blog where I recently ranted about how awful Arena is. That's like every episode. No. Anyhow, you can find that. You can find where my TCG Player store is, where you want to buy Magic cards, buy your singles there. What else? Just grateful to be here to talk to you guys. So thank you very much for having me.
Oh, I spelled the description wrong. All right. With that, now, finally, the actual Billy, who's enjoying some water.
Hey, everybody.
Are we sure that's water?
It's Kool-Aid. At 2 o'clock this afternoon, I'll be doing a arena stream. That's all I got for today.
Mm. So you're not planning on putting a Commander game on tonight?
I'm gonna try to do a Commander game tonight if the shoulder's willing.
All right. If the shoulder is willing. All right.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Super Fast Tortoise today. I don't know what I have planned today, but like, unless Hillbilly doesn't stream, I'll probably do a random chat or something tonight. If he does stream, I'll be on his game tonight. I'll be smacking down. But with that, though, I want to thank everybody for being on the show. Rayman, Hillbilly, Michael, and Rhino, thank you for being here. Everybody in chat, thank you for being here. Lone Wolf, hope you're having a wonderful day. Sorry you couldn't be on the show today and things that happened. I don't know.
Miss you, Lone Wolf.
But we miss you.
Miss you, buddy.
I want to remind everybody that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and or do something for somebody else today, because you might be the change in need. I want to thank you, channel members and channel subscribers, for being part of the channel and growing the channel the way you do. And with that, my friends, we're going to get out of here.
I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show.